Hello and welcome back to the ranch. Here we are with our character Burns in the DeadWorld server of Wurm Unlimited. So we're going to finish up the quests today. I will start the timer. And we'll start to look around. Sorry it has been so long since I last released it. I am just getting over a nasty sinus infection, but I'm starting to feel a lot better. Real quick before we start, we'll notice that as we log in for the first 24 hours that we're actually in a server, we have a little bit of a bonus. So it says here the deities bless you with a faint light. So even when it's dark I'll be able to see because I've got what's called a noob light or a glow. And you'll see up here the need for food's been decreased, the aggro range for the creatures that want to eat me has been decreased, and my health is increased for that first 24 hours, which is a nice way to be introduced to the game. Alright, so let's finish up these little quests. Alright, using my axe wants to make some kindling. Okay, I can do this. So open up our crafting menu. I'm going to bring the axe over. I'll open my inventory. Whoop. Did I keep the wood? I did. Good. And we'll make a kindling. You need kindling in order to light fires and to cook food, and it's important to cook the food. If the food is hot, it gives you a bonus to your nutrition. Our nutrition right now is 99, and if it's over 60, you get a bonus to your skills. Let's see. I did it. Give me my next one. Wants me to do the right click. Okay, so I can activate it here, right click, and we'll create kindling. Oh, you know what it was? I failed to do it the first time because my skill is so low. Alright, we got it that time. And now he wants me to light a fire using the flint and steel. And I will do this, but I will not do this here. And here's why. Most people light a fire right around him, and when it burns out it leaves behind ash, but you can't pick ash up inside Liticania. It considers that stealing from Liticania. So I'll go out here and light the fire. I'll activate my flint and steel. Right click kindling, furnaces, campfire, and I failed. Now notice when you fail, it actually used up some of my kindling. Because it did that, I don't have enough. So I'm going to make a bunch more. Fire lighting is a very important skill to have. And we'll light off our kindling. Create our campfire. Guys, really bad. Now notice here there's not enough kindling, but if I take these two kindlings and put them in my craft menu and hit this white kind of two arrows squishing together, it combines it into one, and then I can light it again. So let's go ahead and do that. And there's my campfire, hooray! Now when the campfires burn out, they do leave behind ash, and you can use the ash with some water to create lye. And it's important to create some lye so that you can turn hides into leather, and then leather into armor and other useful things. Okay, here we're explaining the Mycelium that grows around here in Liticania. If you stand on it, it'll actually feed you. So your hunger won't go down, it'll in fact go up a little bit, but it's very, very slow. If you're wounded, you can absorb it, and it's going to heal you. It's a little bonus to have for being the dark side. Now we're going to learn about our bartender and our free refreshments. I liked it. Over here is the Tavern of Lidicania. It's the building with the fountain in front of it. Thing to note about the fountains is they do fill up with water. So if we open it up, we'll see water, and you can drink it, which will help keep your drinking bars filled up. There are fountains here and there. Inside we have two people. We have our trader, whom we'll get to at a later time. More importantly, for the first 24 hours we have this guy. Nice headdress. Anyway, if we ask him for refreshments, he will give us some of the highest quality food. It'll fill us up, it'll bring our nutrition to 100, and we can use it for that first 24-hour period of time, and then never again. So, while you're there, if you stay close to Lidicania, you can just go and get free food for a while. Let's see, and now, he wants us to dig. We're going to go dig some dirt, but then we're going to drop it before we come back, because the dirt is pretty heavy. Sounds like a plan. You will do lots of digging. You have to flatten land so you can build your home. It gets boring, so other people will pay you to do their digging and leveling for them. You'll get a little bit more into that. For now, let's just dig that piece of dirt. By activating our shovel and clicking on a tile, we get some choices. Pack, dig, flatten, and level. If the tile has grass, we'll also get the choices to gather the grass, forage, or botanize. For the time being, let's just dig. Now the thing to remember is this tile has 4 corners, and they're at different heights. The corner you're standing on is the corner that's going to drop. This little square really is what we're moving up and down. By moving it up and down, we're affecting the tiles around it. So let's say I'm going to drop this one, so I'm going to dig in this corner. You're going to see these other 3 tiles will be affected as well. And here we go digging, boom, and down it goes. And you'll see some of them have become dirt as well. This one did not become dirt because there's a tree on it, and the tree will keep it from becoming dirt. If we cut the tree down and then digged, and then dug, it would become dirt. We've also gotten so heavy. We're so heavy now that we're encumbered, and we're going to start to move slow. If we bring up our character sheet, you can see our total weight is now 42. And when we go over 40, we can't go 100% of our speed any longer. So we're cut down to 75%. Not a bad cut, but a cut nonetheless. So let's get rid of that dirt so we can go full speed again. You notice the dirt over here, well, it weighs 20 kilograms. I believe that's like 44 pounds for those of you in the United States like myself. There are 2 ways we can drop our dirt. We can drop it on the ground, or we can drop it as a pile. If we drop it as a pile, there's a word of warning. When you drop an item, people can see it, and people can take it. There's our pile of dirt. It hasn't affected any of the landscape around it, and it's just easy enough to pick up. But now if I drop it on the ground, on the same corner that I dug it up from, it will raise it 1 level. And there it goes. And again, that's an important thing to remember when you're trying to level it all so you can build your first building. Okay, let's see what this guy wants us to do now. Campfire is still burning. We dug and got rid of our dirt. For a second there, I thought I was going to be locked out. With the saw, we can create planks. Alright, sounds good. if I still have enough wood. I might have to go get another log. I will. See, there's very little weight left to that log, so we'll have to get another log to saw. When you saw into a plank, it takes about 4 kilos of the log to make the plank. Anyone leave any logs around for me? I don't see any. Here's the Mycelium that they told us about, so if I stand here, it'll actually feed me. If I click on it, I have the choice to absorb, but it only works when I'm wounded. And you can only get a benefit as far as healing once every 30 seconds. So if you're particularly wounded, let's cut this guy down. Remember to space out your attempts to use the Mycelium for healing by 30 seconds, and you can pretty much get all your health back so long as there's enough of that little fungus around for you. Now this would cut down quicker if I had a better axe and I had a little bit more skill. You can see our skills are going up nice and steadily. I'm low in stamina. Notice my stamina bar is down. All the... What is that? Oh, I foraged by accident and I found rice. Good to know. I'm gonna take the cherry wood log. Now, he wanted us to go ahead and turn that into a plank. So I can set that up as I want. But I can't perform it while I walk. Some things you can, like eating, drinking, applying first aid to yourself, but to cut a plank would be a little more difficult, so you have to stop to do it. And I've actually queued up 3, I didn't mean to. At the beginning you can get up to 3 actions, but I got my plank now. I think I got my plank now. Did I not? Oh, I did not. I should have let it run. Cut me my plank. Oh wait, I'm doing kindling. Ah, messed that up, didn't I? Alright. No worries, I still have 4 kilos left. I can still make the plank. Be careful which one you have picked. I've done that so many times. I wanted to make planks, and it defaults up here to yoke. And yoke pretty much uses up your log. So always make sure. Darn it, fire. You gotta be careful. And here's the last one. Use the pickaxe on some rock to get the feel of mining. Select tunnel, which will eventually open up into a mountain, and you can find valuable ore inside the mountain and even precious gems. If you find the ore, smelt it in a fire, use it with an anvil, and we will do this. We will not come back to him right away, because there are other things we can do now, but this is the last quest. Now here in Liticania we have the in-game currency shops. I don't know if I've mentioned them before. You can buy all sorts of things from them. Metal, lumps. Here you can buy some animals so you can set your farm up. And a bit of other things, but voila! You're now out in Liticania. Oh! An adolescent avatar of our god. I haven't seen them around in quite some time. When you come out, Fyrehouse Ranch, my ranch, is over there for my other character. You can also see in the distance the Harbor Master shop for the ranch. But for the time being, we're going to go the other way. I know a good place to mine over here. And we can show you a little bit of our server while we're at it. We come here to Washout Bridge. This used to be a causeway, but they actually dug this little canal here, so you'll see the Viking boats go back and forth from time to time. over here is the Trek settlement, made by a friend of mine by the name of Zimzors. And he set up what is rapidly becoming just the common marketplace. Let's see if he has any food to trade. Nope, a couple chairs, some furniture. We need a house before we can do that. Benita. Oh, she's very well stocked. Healing covers, that could be important if we go adventuring. A couple of other tools. Nothing that I need right now. Besides, I have to do some things and get some money first. And a very nice tool belt. How much? 6 silver. Okay. Definitely coming back for that later. While we're talking money, let's see. Do we have any money? We don't, and I seem to recall there was a starting amount that you were given. So that may be after you finish the last of the quests in this chain. You'll see these various guard towers around, and if you're being attacked and you're near one, you can call out for help. Let's see, /help down here in the chat. Ding. Let's try this one. What am I doing wrong? Okay. There we go. No backslash. You just type in help. You'll see no guards seem to respond to my call. That's because I actually don't need help. I'm not being attacked. But if you're near a guard tower and you call for help, they will come over and help you fight whatever it is that's trying to kill you. It does sound like there is a wolf around here somewhere. Looks like they're starting to build a couple new roads here. This big plain here used to belong to Simsonata, or Simsonata. She has since moved her shop over there by that hill, I believe. Nope, by that one, over on the other side of that mountain, where she found a nice lead mine that she is letting the community use free of charge. Here's a little altar. You can sacrifice things at the altar, and you can pray at the altar, and sometimes you'll find things in the altar. You can see we have a lot of those nice little Mycelium spots, so if you get injured. And since this area is starting to get civilized, and there's lots of settlements up, we're not running into mobs as much as we did. This wreck of a house is actually a point of interest that the server had created. You can see it's starting to get deteriorated. And they broke in the door and stole pretty much everything in it. And just up ahead here is our tunnel. You notice there's a road going up that mountain. Tosk, whose estate is over there. You can see his ship. It's built a pathway all the way to the top. I haven't been up there lately, but it's quite the view. And I'll take you guys up there one of the days. But down in here, you can see a couple little recesses in our tunnel have been dug out. And there's actually an offshoot here. It's kind of becoming a mine. And right here there's some iron, and this is all community stuff. You can just come in here. We ask that you not wreck the tunnel, but you can dig around in the tunnel. And everyone needs to at least fulfill that quest. And oh, there's another iron vein. They're going quite deep now. A bit of water. Wow, this has grown. How cool. A lot of iron in here. And of course my noob light is keeping it all lit for me. I have to build and carry a lantern once that wears off. Oh, that's the other mine. They've connected. So a ready source of rock and iron for people when you guys get here, if you come join us on our server. Now, we've picked our pickaxe. We have this cave wall we're going to deal with here in a moment. You'll notice there's mine, which is easy enough. We can mine downward. You'll notice there are some ramped areas going up and down. Also upward, and then there's prospect. If we prospect this rock, it's going to tell us a little bit of what's around it. And again, this is a skill that you have to refine and get up. Alright, here we go. Gather some fragments, and we're going to mine stone rock shards here. Doesn't tell us any further, doesn't tell us if there was iron around, so there isn't anything in the immediate area. So we'll go ahead and mine these shards. And that fulfills our quest. Now, unlike the dirt, the rocks go to the ground. So let's pick up our rock. And I'm going to right click on it. And the other thing I can do with my pick is I can analyze. So I'll analyze it. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Let's get another shard. Notice the quality of that shard is very low. It's not even 2. As you get better picks and better skill, you'll have higher quality rock. Let's see. The skill's already helping me. Quality's up to 5.4. Let's analyze that one. Nope. So I've got to get my skills up higher before I can get it. The rock's kind of heavy, so I'm just going to drop that. And look, they gave me 20 iron. That's just for fulfilling that little quest chain. So I have a little buying, but not a lot of buying capabilities. Sound effects are a little funny. Sounds like I'm walking on a metal floor, doesn't it? Not so much a rock cave. I like the wind in the background. That's kind of neat. Alright, and we are out. Way up there is my guard tower. They're all for the Kingdom Horde of the Summon. And by building more of them, we start to expand the influence of our kingdom. That was Zim's place. I don't know if I mentioned this, but that's a dungeon. That's a relatively easy one, as you can get with another person or two. You can go through there, get all sorts of coin and materials. Speaking of materials, this gray stuff here is clay. Now real quick before I end this, I'm going to check my skills and see if my character has his affinity now. Just to see what he's going to be good at. Oh, I hear hear someone else on the server mucking about. Look at all the skills I've got just doing that little quest. No affinity here in the usable skills. Let's see what else we have. Nothing. I do not yet have my affinity. Perhaps after I hand in this last quest, we're going to have to check in next time. But before we go, let's get some clay. I'm going to activate that, and the key with clay is you got to be digging in the right corner, facing the right direction. So let's make sure we got clay. We did get clay, good. So I'm going to queue up 3. Dig so I can get 3 more clay. I'm actually going to do a couple of them. Next time we come in, we're going to make some tools so that we can work the clay. We'll build another campfire so we can cook our pottery. Pottery will help us carry some water initially. And we're going to sell some of it and see just how much money we can make. It's not going to be a lot, but enough to get us started. And then I will take you on a server tour. Maybe we'll go up the mountain and see the view. It should be awesome. And I'll show you Fyrehouse Ranch. Thank you guys for coming out. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a little bit more about the game. And I look forward to seeing some of you on the DeadWorld server. Come on out and help us create our new master society here. It's going to be a tremendous kingdom. Or you can join the other kingdom, J and K, and maybe we can have a couple battles around the dungeons. Thanks again for coming out to the ranch, and I'll see you next time. Be safe.